Hey friend, welcome back to the Sage Audio channel. Today we'll be delving into 5 different ways you can widen your master, so stick around for the full video. But first, if this is a topic that you find interesting, I'd highly recommend looking into the blog post that's associated with this video. You can find the link in the description box below. Also, if you're an artist, engineer, or producer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample of it. All you have to do is set up the short account, upload the song, and we will do the rest. So making a wide master is something a lot of engineers aspire to do. Now, although creating a wide master can be as easy as properly mastering an already wide mix, for many engineers, things aren't this simple. Now, always keep in mind when you're creating a wider master that your master needs to play back on all stereo systems and still sound good. Creating an excessively wide master will alienate a fair deal of listeners who use lower grade stereo equipment or even mono listening systems. So as you can imagine, any information that is pushed into the stereo image will be lost when played back on a mono system. So try to find a balance between mono and stereo. Now, with that addressed, let's take a look at 5 ways that you can create a wide master. Number 1, implement mid-side processing for stereo imaging. Mid-side processing is one of the best ways that you can add some width to your image. Now, if you aren't familiar with what mid-side processing is, it's essentially using phase relations to separate your left and right stereo signal into a mid and side signal. The mid channel is mono or centered, whereas the side channel contains the entirety of your solely stereo signal. The simplest way to add some width to your master when using mid-side processing is to simply increase the gain of the side image. The best way to accomplish this is by using a mid-side equalizer or other mid-side capable plugin, and then using the output section to either increase the gain of the side image or to pan the signal slightly more to the side image. When you're doing so, you're either amplifying the side signal or you're shifting the output of the signal to be more side than mid. Either way, you're widening your stereo image. Now, if you use a mid-side equalization plugin or a mid-side equalizer in general, any EQ boost that you apply to the side image can be considered the same as increasing the gain of the side image. This will in turn increase the width of your image and allow you to amplify specific frequencies you wish to accentuate. Other than equalizers, certain multiband compressors and saturators have mid-side capabilities and allow you to widen your master as needed. For example, the FabFilter Saturn offers mid-side capabilities that allow you to send a band of your signal to the side image or even the distortion to the side image. This is an incredibly effective way to utilize mid-side processing, as it allows you to accomplish a wider master while cutting down on some unnecessary or redundant processing. Number 2, use a limiter with a wide function. And when you adjust the setting of a limiter, especially limiters with additional functionality, you may notice different settings that correspond to various stereo widths. For example, you may see settings such as wide, punch, dynamic, and so on. All these functions have an impact on your master's stereo image. A wide setting will often affect the stereo image differently, most likely employing mid-side processing, so that compression on the mid-channel and side channels are treated differently. Now, it should be known that a wide function on a limiter doesn't do any stereo imaging using delays or anything of that nature, but instead alters how a signal is limited to best emphasize the width of a stereo image. Now, although each algorithm may be different, what is most likely happening is that compression is applied first to the mid or mono image and then subsequently to the side image, allowing the side image to retain its transient detail and impact. Whatever the case may be, wide functions on limiters offer a great way to quickly add some width to your master during the final stages of processing. Number 3, use a frequency-specific stereo imager. A frequency-specific stereo imager is a great tool to use for widening your stereo image during the mastering process and during other forms of post-production. A frequency-specific stereo imager allows a mastering engineer to hone in on the frequencies that she or he wishes to widen or narrow. The operation of most multiband stereo imagers is somewhat similar to any multiband plugin in which the bands are adjustable. Perhaps the most important aspect of multiband imaging is knowing what you should widen and what you should narrow. For example, widening the low end of a mix will cause a lot of problems for stereo systems and certain music mediums like the vinyl record, and detract from the overall enjoyability of a mix. Now, that's why it's best to make frequencies up to 135 Hz mono, while avoiding any widening to frequencies up to 400 Hz. Additionally, it may be best to keep the 1.5 kHz to 2.5 kHz range more mono, as this will contain the most relevant signal for the vocals. Making these vocals too wide will cause a washed out or unfocused sound and may make the vocal unintelligible on certain playback systems. Now, other frequencies can be widened to the discretion of the mastering engineer and with the current width of the image in mind. Number 4, implement parallel compression to accentuate stereo processing. Now, although parallel compression may not typically be thought of as a way to widen your master, it does result in some beneficial effects for that purpose. The act of heavily compressing and then amplifying a signal will result in low-level temporal processing being made perceivable. Parallel compression is often used as a way to glue a master together or to cause low-level aspects of the signal to become as loud as more easily perceivable aspects of the signal. Now, this is, of course, a great reason to use parallel compression, but parallel compression can also be used to take the less perceivable temporal processing from the side image and push it into more perceivable territory. Simply put, amplifying this temporal processing is kind of synonymous with amplifying the side image, which, as we talked about earlier, widens the stereo image. Now, with that said, you can easily take advantage of this amplified side image by further accentuating it. Now, try following your parallel compressed signal with a mid-side equalizer and boost some of the side image. This will only serve to further amplify your side image and widen your master. Number 5, use advanced phase relations to accentuate side image instrumentation. Now, when it comes to widening your master, using subtle but effective phase cancellation or alleviating a signal from phase cancellation can make a big difference. A couple things to think about or to know about phase cancellation is that lower frequencies cause phase cancellation to the frequencies directly above them, and louder signals mask or cancel quieter signals at the same frequency. So for example, an amplified bell curve at 200 Hz will slightly mask roughly 240 Hz and the other frequencies directly above it. This means that by attenuating 200 Hz, you are in turn making 240 Hz more perceivable. Additionally, if you have a bass guitar at say 100 Hz and a kick drum at 100 Hz, whichever instrument was louder when both played simultaneously will cause masking to the other instrument. Now, with these two principles in mind, let's see how you can use them to widen the stereo image of your master. Using a mid-side equalizer, you can attenuate frequencies on the mid image to increase the perception of the side image, in turn causing a perceived wider image. So if you attenuate 6 kHz on the mid image, this means that 6 kHz on the side image will be masked to a lesser extent, in turn making 6 kHz on the side image louder. Additionally, the frequencies directly above 6 kHz would be masked to a lesser extent, making these frequencies more perceivable. So these are our thoughts on how you can get a wider master, but what do you think? Do you have a way to make your master wide? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, again, definitely check out the blog post where you can find a lot more information on this topic and others like it. The link is in the description box below. Also, if you're an artist or an engineer, send us one of your mixes at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. All you have to do is set up this short account, upload the song, and we'll do the rest. But thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and share this video with your friends. This way we know if you like this video and you want to see more like it. Also, you can subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every week, and subscribing is the best way to stay up to date. There's a comment section where you can leave your thoughts on this video or a suggestion for a future video. And again, if you're an artist or an engineer and you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us at sageaudio.com. We'll master it for you and send you a free mastered sample. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.